All right, everybody, this is Professor Wazzler from Science's esports team at BASILISK, and we saw that you guys enjoyed the In the Lab review, so we decided to, do a continuing series. So if you guys have any comments on below on which character you want to see next, please leave a comment below because that will help us gauge on which character should we go for next. As you can see that we are gonna go with Chun Li as the next character. And Chun Li, obviously she has been here since, she's the first female character in Street Fighter, I would say, yeah, Street Fighter history, right? The strongest woman in the world, that's what she's advertised. And now she's in Street Fighter 6. And the evolution of Chun Li has been pretty interesting because she really has never, kept the same archetype. She was always very different. Sometimes she's a charge character, sometimes she's a motion character, sometimes she's hybrid. And in this version, she is hybrid and she's just very graceful. In terms of speed, she's very, very speedy, kind of like a pixie character, I would say. Obviously, she has great pokes because she's going to be kind of like that annoying archetype, right? So she definitely has a lot of amazing pokes in general, great crouching medium kick, and you always got to remember when you're playing Street Fighter 6, you want to have the frame meter on. So I talk about charge, right? She's a hybrid charge character, and pretty much her fireball is a charge. So if you hold back, right, and you just count to 2 seconds, that's the old school way. Count 2 seconds, 1, 2, and then you press forward and punch right away. You throw a fireball, and depending on the strength, you could do, that's the light punch version. And then you see how slow it is. That's the medium punch version, which goes a little faster. Heavy punch fast. The heavy punch version goes really, really fast, but it obviously just disappears before it hits the opponent. I like to use the heavy punch version just because, like, if I'm like poking with like crouching medium kick, I can go into the fireball, right, like that. So it's a really good poke to kind of just like throw out in general. Like right here, this is a great angle because it's hard for the opponent to react, right? Obviously, you could jump and everything. And the thing about jumping is that she has lots of solid anti-airs. So if we, let's see if we record, go Sagat with just jumping. Heavy punch right here, and then we select, the replay. So he could do like either stand medium kick anti-air, you could do standing roundhouse anti-air, you could do down kick, tencho kicks, right? This is also, you can also, yeah, pretty much down kick is kind of a weird motion because Chun Li never had this motion for tencho kicks in the Street Fighter game, right? And the reason why I like the standing roundhouse a lot more, right? Because one, it's harder to land this anti-air in general, right? But if you're ready for it, because this is kind of like more of like a read, because let's say you're throwing so many fireballs and they're annoyed, you can do the roundhouse. But if you do it too late, you see that will happen. So it has to be early. And the reason why I like it, because you can get a lot of mileage off the standing roundhouse anti-air like that, right? Because look at the damage right there. That's a great anti-air compared to just a regular like stand medium kick or go into like the tencho kicks anti-air. It gives you so much, right? It gives you so much mileage, and that's the reason why. Another thing is, which is new to Chun Li, she has a stance. So when you do quarter circle back punch, she puts it herself. Let me remove the frame meter just so you guys can see clear. So she gets into the Serenity stance, right? And each button does a different poke. So this is the light punch version, which is different from her crouching light punch. This is the medium punch version, which goes under projectiles, the slide. Oh, I think I still have Sagat under, yeah, OD Tiger Uppercut, okay? This is the heavy punch version, which is an overhead. So you can kind of be really tricky with it. So like, for example, you can also special cancel into Serenity stance. So like low forward, right, into Serenity stance, you can go to overhead and get a combo from words. Crouching light kick Serenity stance light kick gives you that low move, which is great for a lot of combos in particular. So like if you did like a combo, like let's say Chun Li's back heavy punch normal, right, you can go to Serenity stance and now that will combo, right? It's a spinning bird kick. You could do medium kick, which is also like a combo extender when you're using like drive rush and everything. And then you have the roundhouse, which is kind of like a launch version, right? And then you could jump cancel there, right? The cool thing about Chun Li as well is that you definitely use combos in the Serenity stance, or you could do it without. So for example, if I'm Chun Li and I do crouching medium kick drive rush like this, right? You can go into standing strong, back fierce, right? Into a combo. into lightning legs. Keep it simple and easy. Or you can go into boom, boom, right? Serenity stance after the back heavy punch into the light kick into the spinning bird. The cool thing about this is that spinning bird is a charge move. So it's kind of like spinning bird kick. So you got a charge move right here. So it's like hold down 2 seconds, then tap up, press kick. But if you are in Serenity stance, right, and you press a normal into a spinning bird kick, right, or fireball, you don't have, it actually ignores the charge rule, the prerequisite of holding the direction to get the charge prerequisite. So for example, like if you just tap down, up, kick right now, right, you don't get spinning bird. You see that? It won't come out. So you would have to hold 2 seconds, 1, 2, up, kick, right? But if you're in Serenity stance, like I'm not holding any direction, right, and you press literally the light kick version or the medium kick version or any of the Serenity stance cancelable normals, and you just press up and kick, look at that. You ignore the charge. So you don't need to think about the charge right there. Because I know a lot of people find it like, oh man, charge moves are very scary. But in this game, Street Fighter 6, they made it a lot easier. And then we talked about the launch right here. You can jump cancel. Now, the cool thing about this is that if you did a crouch medium kick drive rush, you can also go into back fierce right away and combo into Serenity stance launch. And then you get stomp, stomp, fierce, fierce, right? So she has lots of combo routes. The combo routes that she has are very unique compared to the first character we have, Ryu, which is like he hits hard and, you know, self-explanatory, right? So you can kind of do a lot of juggle combos if you want. So if I did this, boom, 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 I can go to all her supers, level 1, level 2, and level 3. So as you can see, boom, 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 you go level 2, bam, right? And you can even jump cancel again into level 1. You won't get the stomp, stomp, heavy punch again, just because the game will just not let you, because you already used kind of like the juggle limits for Chun Li in general. But just remember, she has a lot of great combos, great combo routes and great pokes. Now let's talk about the frame meter, and let's put the opponent on block so you know kind of like how to attack. So for example, you see this is a 5 frame normal, right? And you see the startup right there, and this is +1, right? So if it's +1, right, and there's this, and then he presses a button, he will get counter hit. So let's say we put Sagat under block reversal. Hold on, I'm always bad at this. And use crouching light punch. So he's doing this, and he press crouch light punch, right? So if I press, let's say stand medium punch into crouch medium punch, I'll lose here, right? And the reason why is because this is a 6 frame normal and I'm only +1. So if I'm +1 with a 6 frame normal, that makes it a 5 frame normal. But Sagat's crouching light punch in most characters, every character is kind of like crouch light punch or stand light punch, it's 4 frames. So that means I lose. But what happens if I press my 4 frame normal when I am +1 after I press stand medium punch and they press crouch light punch? See, it would trade, but that was my timing was off. Do you see that? Boom, I win there, right? So because I win there, and this also puts him in a counter hit state, right? That means I can combo something possibly afterwards. So let's try to do stand light punch and crouch medium punch. Doesn't reach, right? But let's talk about crouch medium kick, 7 frames right here. So that means, based off this math, I could do stand light punch, cost the counter hit into crouching medium kick. Look at that. And now what do we do here? We saw it earlier. You can do drive rush into a full combo. Boom, boom, boom. And look at that. And you just get the execution. And like, obviously that's 3 bars and I spent a super there. Could be very expensive, but you can be kind of like frugal with the resources, because you can kind of just go into lightning legs right here. Boom, boom, into medium kick legs, right? Just get a little standing combo, or this is an expert combo, I would say. You can get the charge with spinning bird kick. So spinning bird kick, you know, even though I say it's 2 seconds, it's not really 2 seconds. I just kind of use it as a reference because that was literally what they said in the 90s. It takes less amount of frames to just have a charge on the spinning bird kick. So it's like maybe one second, like 1.3 seconds of charge. So once you press stand jab, after stand medium punch, you hold down, right? Because you're already going to do crouch medium kick. And then once you let go, the crouch medium kick has a late cancel window. The window to cancel crouch medium kick into the next special move is actually pretty lenient. So let's try it. Oops, I'm bad. Yeah, maybe I'm bad. Maybe I am bad. It's kind of hard to do because this is the combo that I struggle with right here. Look at that. So you can do EX SPK, right? Into Tensho kicks, the heavy version, and then you get a combo which only spends 2 bars compared to using crouching medium kick into drive rush, right? So that's something to think about because if you only spent 2 bars right here, the good thing about it is that, let's say, look, if you look at my drive gauge carefully, if I do drive rush here, I'm not building my drive gauge back in this situation, right? So it never went back until the combo ended. But let's say, now look at my bar when I do EX though, right? I go Tensho kicks, you see, I'm building a bit of bar during that. So because I'm building a bit of bar during that, it actually makes my drive gauge resources like really safe and stable, because a lot of times once you get burnt out, you don't want to be burnt out in this scenario, right? That's the one thing. Now, we talk about a lot about these regular moves. What about EX moves? EX moves, obviously, you have the fireball, which is kind of like 2-hit fireball, kind of normal standard one, right? But the one cool thing about EX move is that she has kind of like anti-projectile stuff. So this one, like OD Hazanshu, is actually quite good for projectiles. So you can use that. You can obviously use regular Hazanshu, but OD Hazanshu is just a little bit faster. Let me hit the record button. Oops. Let's see. Go for the fireball and then hit the replay. So you can kind of like do this, oops, right? Which is faster, because if you try to do kind of like the medium kick version, you see, or the heavy kick version, I get like hit out. And the heavy version, you can do it, but it's obviously more of like a, oh, I think I read it. But the OD one, you see, it has a faster startup. So because it has a faster startup, you can kind of use it in that way, right? It's still not easy, but that's kind of like the usage of OD Hazanshu, which is really good. Another thing is that OD legs, OD lightning legs, obviously you saw the lightning legs, they just get a combo, but OD lightning legs has a new property. You know, they kind of recently gave it to her, not like the most recent patch, but the one before that, where this puts them into this crumple state. So because this puts them into the crumple state, you can get like a big combo afterwards. And the crazy part about this is that it's kind of fast. So like if they press a button, let's say they press like any normal, and instead of whiff punishing using drive rush, you could just use this as a whiff punish, and you can get a big combo from there, right? So it's kind of like huge when you think about it. So I really personally like that. Another good thing that they did kind of like changed her with the most recent patch, I would say, which is super huge, is the usage of Serenity stance. They don't want you just to only use Serenity stance in like combos like this, right? Because it's kind of like, oh, we're not going to see it too often. So this button right here, which is very annoying, right? So now they gave her the ability to do stand fierce into Serenity stance into medium. So that's like huge. That's new, right? And because of that, you can kind of like learn how to hit confirm better, because the thing is, let me turn off the frame meter so you can have a better look of it. So this obviously works on like regular hit, but I wouldn't be able to combo into that, right? See, that doesn't combo. But if we put the opponent, the CPU on counter hit, that combos all of a sudden, right? You see that? So because of that combos all of a sudden. So, and you get a full combo from there. You can also, if you wanted to, you can drive rush as well too. And we put them on punish counter, which gives you more frame data. You'll be able to get Serenity stance into the medium, right? And that is like huge damage right here. Look at that. And that's meterless. I could spend a bar. You see that? I could spend a bar here and do double drive rush and get a full combo into level 3, and it's just huge damage. So they're making Serenity stance like a lot stronger by just giving more ability to confirm, and they want you to use more of Chun Li's like bigger buttons, like standing heavy punch, which is really good. We don't really see it too often. So she is very diversity of just everything in terms of defense, attack, speed, viability. It's actually quite cool. It might not be, I would say, like Ryu damage in terms of that, but I think she's pretty strong just in general. Like, she's definitely one of those characters that if you saw her win a tournament, you would be like, oh, I could see that, right? So now I kind of want to show off some Chun Li. Maybe we can go into matchmaking and kind of like show off what she can do, because she's one of those characters that I enjoy playing a lot. Another thing that I like doing is kind of like this light kick Kazanju as well too. They actually buffed it where it's like, I guess it's a pro and con. Before it was a quick overhead, right, into kind of like into level 3. Now it's like a knockdown. So because it's a knockdown, like you won't be able to combo level 3, but the thing is they have it safe on block, right? So obviously I'm gonna poke with like a lot of fireballs in this general, right? And he's gonna kind of like jump, right? We have to defend, nice little Rekka. He's gonna get some drinks right here. Oh, nice. Oh, he baited my wake up. Sometimes it's hard, right? You have to make a guess. And again, I did the shimmy. It's not working. It's cooking me. Okay, go for the throw. Ah, okay. We got smoked there. So, okay, let's try again. He does the fireball right away, so. Oh, no, he just committed. Okay, go for the back throw. Right, we have to kind of like gauge on what kind of opponent he is. Going to raw drive rush. Regular throw again. Low forward. Oh, missed the low forward fireball though. Again, he got the jump. That's the one thing you have to be careful about with Chun Li. Sometimes you can go flowchart into throw heavy, right? Which is kind of like dangerous. Oh no! Got the throw there. Damn, the commitment? He went to the Rekka into the commitment? Oh, there's only -2 there. But sometimes that's the read with Jamie, huh? Okay, so he got me burnout, so I gotta be careful. But we got level 3, the second to hit. It does not hit. It's a bad first game. It's a bad first game. That's the thing about Chun Li. It's sometimes it's kind of hard to anti her. Okay, 1, 2. Go for the stand jab confirm. Combo the lightning legs. Maybe a wake up possibly. No, he tries to go for a backdash. Into the sweep, a risky guy. Another one. Okay, anti-air, I told you about that. If you get the read, he does like to get pretty jump happy, right? So because he's getting a little jump happy. Okay. Yeah, I already knew the drive impact was happening, right? You gotta be careful because he gave me information that he was gonna drive impact the first game. So, drive rush. You can combo level 1 afterwards right here. So that's really nice. Throw a fireball, jump, make some bait. He doesn't have the dive kick in this situation. So because he doesn't have the dive kick in this situation, it's not that scary. Oh, he's gonna get 2 drinks from here. Go for a stand jab. He's jumping. Call my backdash. Okay. Goes into the raw overhead. What's he gonna combo here? Ooh, I got lucky there. I thought he was gonna go for the bait actually. Go for the throw. Is that gonna be enough? Yeah. Drive rush. Sometimes it's like when you see somebody like doing a lot of drive rush, you kind of need to check it. So he might drive rush right away. Oh no, and he goes for that. Combo into the Serenity stance, light kick. That's also a really good poke as well too, stand me and punch. He didn't get a drink yet, so we're down. Okay, no, a little bit too far for the anti-air. Go for the fireball. Combo to the spinning bird kick right here. We're doing good, being annoying, yep. Delay, crouching medium kick with Chun Li is just so good. It's amazing. You gotta think about that. So now, what do you think I adapted on in terms of this? Like, he's obviously very, very aggressive, and I think that's kind of like his main thing that he likes to do. And he likes to sneak in drinks. So if you look for the drinks and do raw drive rush, you can kind of get him a lot, right? Obviously, he snuck there, which is good. And he's using a lot of those dive kicks right there. Go for the crouch jab into the chain, which is really nice. Ah, no. I tech the throw. His offense. He's getting the offense. He's gonna get a drink here. That's plus in that scenario. I try to challenge. Nice. Offense right there. All right, let's see what's he gonna do. He's been gambling on this. Ah, he guessed on that one. Go for throw, he tech. This time, he always likes to do light kick, dive kick as well too. So we've been getting that a lot. Okay. Be careful. Yes. I'm gonna go level 3 right away because I want to build my drive gauge right here. So now I'm gonna put him in CA range where I do have to be careful because he could burn me out if he hits me with level 3, right? Oh wow, damn, that worked. Oh, he somehow crossed me up here. Okay. Oh, he thought I was gonna throw him right there. Because he thought I was gonna throw him, it kind of led into a 50-50 because I did stand, jab, throw, and he teched my throw every time I did drive rush. So I decided to do stand strong, right? Because it's a frame trap. Stand, jab, and drive rush, I'm gonna be like +5 there. So stand strong is gonna obviously hit nice and clean. If he thought the throw was gonna hit and he tried to tech the throw. So that's kind of what really helped a lot in here. So yeah, hopefully you saw the adaptation that I did. Obviously he got me the first game. But once I saw kind of like his offensive approach, he always wants to do something on round start. I either take a drink, drive rush, or into EX palm. And once he has a drink, he gets access to dive kick. But he always tries to fake me out with the short dive kick. So eventually I caught on into the anti-air. And that's the thing about Chun Li. She has that flexibility to do all that. And that's what makes her also really, really strong. So I have to probably give her, when it comes to attack, I'm gonna probably give her like a 7, just because she has a lot of like offensive opportunities to do a lot of things. Defense-wise, I would say she's probably a 7 as well too, just because like the potential kicks, yeah, like obviously she does have a wake up, or you could do wake up supers as well too, but it's just like, because Chun Li uses a lot of just like resources with EX moves, like OD moves and drive gauge, she can be put in a position where she gets burnt out very easily due to that. Speed, I would say she is like an 8 out of 10. Easy 8 out of 10 when it comes to speed. Viability though, I talked about earlier, I think she's underrated a lot, but I'm gonna say in terms of viability, she might be also a 7. So we got 7, and then we got 7, and then we have 8. And comeback factor, it has to be probably a 7 again. So 7, 7, 8, 7, 7. So 7, 7, 7, 7. So it's 28 plus 8, so 36. We're gonna give a total score of 36 out of 50. So this is Chun Li, and hopefully you guys enjoyed In the Lab with Professor Wazzler. Let me know in the comments below what character do you guys want to see next, and also make sure you guys follow and subscribe Science's esports team BASILISK, and let them know that you love this stuff and you want to see more of it. And other than that, we'll see you in the next video with Professor Wazzler. Peace.